he doesn't
Speaking of
have an answer.
Tyron Woodley, isn't he? He's fighting the problem bitch Jake Paul, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be happening this month, right?
That is happening this month in the
Yeah.
next couple weeks or so.
Yeah, I think was it like August 28th?
29th or 28th, one of
Yeah.
the two dates. But these guys are about to get it in. Jake Paul's looking clean. He looks pretty damn good for his training. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Tyron Woodley's been boxing. He's a Hall of Famer. He's been boxing his whole life. MMA, boxing's a part of MMA. It's one every fight starts standing up, and Tyron Woodley's been fighting while he was in diapers, and while he was on Disney Channel sucking Mickey Mouse dick. So it's like
I love
literally,
watching the 5 years ago comparison between Woodley and Jake because it shows Jake Paul doing the really funny old vines, and then
oh
it shows Woodley at the same time period getting the belt and becoming a champion. So I that stuff has been
yeah.
cracking me
So
up,
it's
but
like
I can't
he's
wait for that
five
fight.
time where he's Hall of Fame 5-time world champion. Tyron Woodley's been there, done that
Hmm.
practically. He just hasn't held two belts,
And now he's
and he's
also
never held the
training with
boxing
Floyd
title.
now.
So yeah, he's in Floyd, the best of the best, the goat of boxing, is training Tyron Woodley, and then it's like Mayweather's not fighting for you. What are you gonna do differently that Ben couldn't do? Well, first off, Ben's not Tyron Woodley's not a pudgy piece of bubble gum that came off the couch to fight you, and secondly, Tyron
Ben
Woodley's
Askren is a
training.
wrestler, not a striker.
Tyron Woodley's training. Ben wasn't. Ben was training too, but I mean, as you can see at the weigh-ins, he wasn't training hard enough. Like, what I'm saying? He got knocked out within, like, first round,
Yeah, it was like the
looking
first
like
30
shit
seconds.
looked staged damn near, like the way he felt. I'm like, oh man. But I mean, it's like Jake Paul's got some hands, if you don't come correct, he's gonna get you. Jake
Hmm.
Paul's got hands. Like, that's one thing we have to realize. But I feel like he's easy to beat. That's my only thing. He's
Yeah.
a bitch that's easy to beat. Like, and he talks all this shit like he's like a
He
king or he's
and we
good.
haven't seen him go through any adversity, and
And by the way,
I feel like Tyron is
oh,
going to
shit,
be the
sorry.
step for it.
By the way, you are not beating Canelo in the next 5 years. That is not happening. In the next 3 to 5 years, I think he
I don't
said.
even think Jake would be able to land a punch on Canelo. All Canelo's got to do is freaking bust out the head movement, all his defensive skills. He ain't gonna be able to land a single punch, and Canelo will dictate that fight easily.
Yeah,
Like you
Canelo
can't
will
just
just
challenge him
literally
like
beat him
that.
like a stepchild. Like, beat the brakes off this guy. Like, it's literally no tomorrow. It'll just be a clinic for free.
Hmm.
For him, it's nothing. He's just working out in the gym. But he's beating your ass, literally, like Tyron Woodley's gonna do. Beat your ass.
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley's a real fighter. That's the difference in all his fights. Three wins against a YouTuber, a boxer. I mean, a YouTuber, sorry, an NBA player, and
Are you actually referring to Jake Paul with his
Jake
wins?
Paul, yeah,
Yeah.
and then a retired fat wrestler out of shape MMA fighter. So it's like he's not really representing the MMA community because I wouldn't put him up there against Jake Paul to represent because obviously he's not in the condition, physical shape, or being to even be compared to Jake Paul about physical fitness and body and and
Hmm.
strength and everything. Like, he just looks over you and it's just not doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all on the scale. It just so Tyron Woodley's in shape, he's cut, he's ready to go, and he's a real fighter and he brings the pain. So it's like
We just gotta see if he actually pulls through and comes in clutch,
we've all seen him
or if
knock
he
out
just falls
Robbie
short.
Lawler, how he knocked out Robbie Lawler.
Yeah,
Okay, he
we don't
lands
want
that
to
on
see
Jake
him get
Paul.
dominated like Kamaru Usman.
No, but this time you can't get taken down and slammed and
Yeah.
drained of your energy like that. This is straight up hands.
Hmm.
So you're trying to knock each other out. So if I'm putting knockout for knockout power, I'm going with Tyron Woodley.
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't fall back on that bad habit of only looking for that one big knockout punch, because that's what cost him the fight against Kamaru Usman, and then even Ben Askren was saying
Well,
that
Kamaru Usman had his way with Tyron Woodley. Like, whenever he grabbed him, he was on the ground. He
yeah,
picked up Tyron Woodley. Whenever he grabbed him, he picked him up, slammed him. Then he would throw punches. Like, dude, he dominated Tyron.
yeah. But
Kamaru
then
Usman dominated Tyron
and
Woodley.
then when Tyron started to actually open up more, then he was actually landing on Kamaru, because it was one of the later rounds that he actually kind of rocked Usman a little bit. But even Ben Askren was saying that Tyron Woodley, he has a bad tendency of just looking for that one punch knockout instead of just letting it go and throw hands. So I really hope with the fight against Jake Paul, he's just gonna let it
He'll
go and
let
throw
it go and
hands.
throw hands. It's just you gotta fight smart. You can't
Yeah.
just go out there and just flurry bum people, bum
Hmm.
rush. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Yeah.
actually, sit back. First round's a feeling out process. Second round should be where time to go. Let's get it. Let's see what you're made of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
or just exploit your game plan or don't. It's all
Yeah.
you in there, you know, and you're fighting no one else. So it's like you do you. But a lot of people, your coaches are giving you a game plan, telling you what to do, you
And then
know.
he's working under Floyd as well.
So yeah, so you got that, and Floyd coaching him, 50-0 boxer.
Even though Tyron Woodley hasn't won a fight in about 4
Fireworks.
years, and he's on the downward end, and now he's gonna start a boxing career. I don't know how it's gonna fare well, but regardless, with Tyron Woodley and his background, and regardless of what criticisms I have, he is a great test for Jake to really declare and show what skills Jake has and if he is a legit fighter. And then I feel like the next step is to don't take on a padded bum to pad your record or anything like that in the boxing world. Take on an actual boxer like Tommy Fury. That's the best
Tommy Fury's
example.
fighting on the same card.
Yeah, and Tommy Fury was saying that if Jake Paul or Logan Paul came up to him, did that same shit with Floyd, that he's just gonna straight up throw hands with them. He isn't gonna give two shits.
No, it's Tyson Fury. It's part of the Gypsy King, the
Yeah.
Gypsy brothers. Them dudes throw hands. The
Yeah.
brother's the heavyweight
I
king
would-
of the world.
I would love to see Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. I would love to, because they're both starting their career and warming up in boxing.
I'm sure it'll
It's
get
just,
there.
It's
I
perfect.
think it'll get there. I think that is
Yeah.
a really good matchup, and I think that's kind of what the people would like to see.
And
I mean, that's just again my opinion, but I feel like that'll be a good fight for Jake Paul.
Mhm.
That would solidify definite boxer status for him.
and that would cut out all
The
the
doubt.
all the doubt
All the
of
doubt.
fight
That
a
has
real
to.
boxer, fight a
That
real
has to
fighter.
cut out
That will
all the
cut it out, and it'll put our money where our mouth is, where it's like we got proved wrong on him or not. But
We'll
we'll
eat
see.
the words or we won't.